What if the coolest performance vehicle of 2027 isn't a sports car, isn't a super SUV, and doesn't even sit close to the ground? What if it's an electric van? That probably sounds impossible, because for decades, vans have been built with one goal in mind: practicality. They carry families, they transport passengers, they haul luggage, they get the job done. But excitement? That usually isn't part of the conversation. Then Volkswagen did something almost nobody expected. It took one of the most recognizable vans in automotive history, turned it into a modern electric vehicle, and then decided to make it even more powerful. This is the 2027 Volkswagen ID Buzz GTX. And honestly, it might be one of the most unique electric vehicles you can buy. Because it doesn't try to imitate a sports car. It doesn't pretend to be an off-road SUV. Instead, it embraces exactly what it is: a practical electric van with real personality. And that's surprisingly refreshing. Now, before we go any further, it's worth mentioning that the Volkswagen ID Buzz GTX is an officially announced performance version of the ID Buzz. The 2027 model is expected to continue with software improvements, updated equipment, and market-specific enhancements, rather than a complete redesign. And honestly, that's good news, because Volkswagen already got the formula right. The GTX simply builds on it. The first thing you notice is the design. Even parked, the ID Buzz GTX has a presence that almost no other EV can match. It immediately reminds people of the classic Volkswagen Microbus, but everything has been reimagined for the modern era. The front end is clean and friendly, featuring slim IQ light LED headlights connected by a full-width illuminated light bar. The large Volkswagen badge proudly sits in the center, instantly making the vehicle recognizable from a distance. Unlike many modern performance vehicles that rely on oversized grilles and aggressive styling, the ID Buzz GTX feels confident without trying too hard. The GTX model adds subtle sporty touches: unique front and rear bumpers, larger alloy wheels, exclusive GTX badging, gloss black exterior accents, and distinctive lighting signatures that give the van a stronger visual presence. It still looks welcoming, but now it also looks athletic. From the side, the proportions become even more impressive. The long wheelbase, short overhangs, and tall roof maximize interior space while maintaining balanced styling. Large windows flood the cabin with natural light. Power sliding doors make entering and exiting incredibly convenient, especially in crowded parking lots. And because this is built on Volkswagen's dedicated MEB electric platform, the wheels sit closer to the corners of the vehicle, improving both stability and interior packaging. Around the rear, Volkswagen keeps the design simple. A full-width LED taillight bar stretches across the tailgate, while the upright rear design makes loading luggage incredibly easy. Everything feels functional. Nothing feels unnecessary. And that's exactly why the ID Buzz stands out. Now, let's step inside, because this is where the GTX truly begins to shine. The first thing you notice is space. Real, usable space. The flat electric floor completely changes the cabin experience. Without a large transmission tunnel running through the center, passengers enjoy far more room to stretch out. The seating position feels comfortable and upright, giving the driver excellent visibility in every direction. Whether you're driving through busy city streets or cruising on the highway, that commanding view makes the vehicle feel smaller than it actually is. The dashboard follows Volkswagen's clean digital design philosophy. A compact digital driver display sits directly in front of the steering wheel, while a large central touchscreen controls navigation, media, charging functions, climate settings, and vehicle information. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are available, making smartphone integration quick and simple. Voice commands continue improving through software updates, while over-the-air updates help keep the vehicle current long after purchase. Volkswagen has also worked to improve infotainment responsiveness compared to earlier systems, making everyday operations smoother and easier. And honestly, that's something owners will appreciate every single day. Material quality feels modern and durable. Soft touch surfaces, attractive trim finishes, and GTX-specific accents give the interior a premium atmosphere without becoming overly flashy. The GTX Sport seats provide additional support while remaining extremely comfortable for long-distance travel. That's important because the ID Buzz isn't built for short drives alone. It's built for adventures. Rear passengers receive generous legroom and headroom, particularly in the long wheelbase version. Whether you're carrying family members, friends, or colleagues, everyone benefits from the spacious layout. Storage is another major strength. Large door bins, multiple USB-C charging ports, cup holders, practical compartments throughout the cabin. Everything has been designed around everyday usability. Cargo space remains outstanding. Even with passengers on board, there's plenty of room for luggage, shopping bags, camping equipment, or sports gear. Fold the seats, and the available space increases dramatically. That's one reason the ID Buzz appeals to so many different buyers: families, road trip enthusiasts, outdoor adventurers, business owners. It adapts to almost any lifestyle. Now let's talk about performance, because this is what makes the GTX different. Unlike the standard ID Buzz, the GTX features a dual-motor all-wheel drive system. That means power goes to both the front and rear wheels, delivering stronger acceleration and improved traction in wet or slippery conditions. The moment you press the accelerator, instant electric torque moves the vehicle forward with surprising confidence. There's no waiting for gears, no engine noise, just smooth, effortless power. Around town, the GTX feels incredibly responsive. Traffic becomes easier to navigate. Merging onto highways requires very little effort, and despite its size, the vehicle feels lighter than you might expect. On longer journeys, the quiet cabin transforms the driving experience. Passengers can hold conversations comfortably. Music sounds clearer. Fatigue during long trips is noticeably reduced. Ride comfort remains one of the ID Buzz GTX's biggest strengths. Volkswagen has tuned the suspension to balance comfort with improved body control, creating a driving experience that's both relaxing and confident. This isn't a race car. It doesn't try to be. Instead, it's a vehicle designed to make every journey enjoyable. Battery technology also continues improving. Depending on the market, the ID Buzz GTX offers a larger battery pack capable of delivering competitive driving range, along with fast charging capability that makes longer road trips much more practical. Charging stops become shorter, driving becomes easier, and everyday ownership becomes more convenient. Safety remains another priority. Expect advanced driver assistance features, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assistance, blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking, parking assistance, and multiple cameras designed to make driving simpler and safer. These systems work quietly in the background, helping reduce stress during everyday driving. Now, here's what makes the ID Buzz GTX so special. It has something that's becoming increasingly rare in today's automotive world: character. Many modern vehicles feel similar. They chase the same designs, the same features, the same styling trends. The ID Buzz refuses to do that. It has its own identity, its own personality, its own purpose. And that's exactly why people smile when they see one. Volkswagen understood something many manufacturers forgot. People don't just buy vehicles because of horsepower or technology. They buy vehicles because of how those vehicles make them feel. The ID Buzz GTX feels fun. It feels practical. It feels modern. But most importantly, it feels different. So, should you keep an eye on the 2027 Volkswagen ID Buzz GTX? Without question. Because this isn't simply another electric van. It's proof that practicality and personality can exist in the same vehicle. A vehicle that offers comfort without sacrificing style, performance without sacrificing usability, and technology without sacrificing simplicity. The 2027 Volkswagen ID Buzz GTX isn't trying to become the fastest EV on the road. It's trying to become the one you'll enjoy driving the most. And honestly, that might be an even bigger achievement.